Hey there guys, and welcome back to Nerdy Treasures. Today we are taking a look at the Hot Toys Darth Maul Nightlight. I kid. This is of course the Hot Toys Darth Maul hologram as he appears in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Now I actually used to have a lot of Hot Toys. It used to be my main collection, and I ended up selling them all for reasons that are probably for another video. And I actually haven't picked up another one since then, but I sees Phantom Menace, I buys. Taking a look at the box, Darth Maul up in the front in his holographic glory. Pretty uniform, black, boring Star Wars licensee design on the box. I don't really care for this. I think they could make them a lot more exciting. But we do get this sort of nice little holographic wrap around the bottom, which just adds a nice little pop of colour. This is of course a Sideshow collectible exclusive, limited to a run of I think 1,500. So I was quite pleased when my waiting list converted for this one, because I knew it was out there and I missed out in the initial run, but I managed to snag it on the wait list. So happy days for me. Taking a look at everything we get in the box, and this is it. No cable. The hologram is actually attached to the base, so it's not two separate pieces. No switch out parts or anything. This is sort of marketed as a Hot Toys figure accessory, so not a figure in its own right, and it is priced a little lower to reflect that. But does that still make it worth it? My first impressions is this is light, really quite light, disappointingly light. I know it doesn't really make a difference once it's up on the shelf, but it adds to the experience for me if you can feel a bit of quality when I'm buying a collectible. The actual Darth Maul itself is sort of a really rubbery plastic. There's a tiny little bit of flex on it. Again, not sure about that, makes it feel a little bit cheap. But perhaps that helps with, diffusing the light throughout the figure. I don't know, we'll see. Sculpt wise, pretty good. I don't really have any comments when it comes to the sculpt. We have this sort of nice layered look as it rises up, as you can see sort of on the top. If you can imagine how a hologram's built, it's sort of just layers and layers and layers and layers as it is in the film. The face sculpt on Darth Maul is pretty spot on, and I like that you've got just a hint of the red amongst the sort of blue, just differentiates it just a little bit. The base is sort of boring, black, silver, red. These red parts look like they might light up, but I don't think they do. It's mains powered only, it doesn't seem to be any ability for batteries, and they didn't include a cable, which, I don't know, man, wouldn't have killed them to throw in a cable. They don't cost that much. So anyway, you guys probably want to see this thing lit up, so let's take a look at that. So here he is, lit up like a Christmas tree-ish. The body diffuses the light really nicely. It kind of looks very hologrammy. The head, I think where there's like a break in the sculpt between the hood and the head, the light doesn't really go in there, so the head just looks sort of dark. So it doesn't really work that well. The execution hasn't really paid off there. Little disappointing, not gonna lie. Probably would have been nice as well if we had like an alternative flickering setting for the light as well. Again, that's not a huge amount to ask when you look at the price you're paying for this. And yeah, I don't know, man. And you can kind of see the LEDs at the bottom, sort of through the bottom of the thing, so it's not diffusing incredibly well. I really like their idea of this. When I saw it announced, I was all for it, but the execution is just falls short for me. So what do we ultimately think? Is this thing worth it? So I paid about £120 to Sideshow plus 35 shipping, and then another, I think it was like 40 quid of custom. So all in all, a little over £200. Oh, that's way too much. Is this thing overpriced? 100%. This should probably be £50–60, but am I glad I have it? Yes. I can't get this from anywhere else. No one else, to my knowledge, has made this sort of thing, and I did want to have it. Just knowing that it was out there. As I've said many times, I'm a big Phantom Menace fan, so I had to have it. The limited edition run does soften the blow a bit, so I at least know that hopefully this thing should hold its value, which takes the sting out of it a little bit. If shit hits the fan, I should be able to get my money back from it. So I don't know, disappointing, yes. Overpriced, yes. Am I glad I have it? You bet your ass. And you know what, it does look good up on the shelf. It's a nice little pop of blue light and amongst all of my white LEDs in my display. But anyway, that's enough out of me. What do you guys think? Based on my review, worth it, rip off? Let me know in the comments below. Did you pick this up? What were your thoughts? Let me know again in the comments. It'd be great to hear if I'm in the minority or the majority with my opinions on this. Thank you all once again for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video. But that is all for today. Catch you next time.